Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I hope your day is off to a great start. This video here is actually a little bit of a bonus because I have been dying to tell you guys how absolutely gorgeous this perfume is. But a little bit later on today, I will also be sharing an update on my 1 month hormone replacement journey that I'm on right now. So if you are looking for that video, that will be going live a little bit later on today. And then actually I am returning back to work tomorrow. Got to get back to the old flour salt mines here. So I have a number of my best of 2024 videos that are pre-filmed that will be going up over the coming days here. So even though I'm getting back to work, there shouldn't be any interruption in terms of the content. So if you are new around here and you're interested in more of my content, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button before checking out the video today. Anyway, you guys, let's dig into PHLUR Vanilla Skin. Oh man. Okay, if you love a warm, cozy, sophisticated, I would say almost slightly, not intensely masculine, but definitely slightly masculine vanilla, you have to check this fragrance out. This smells absolutely incredible, and I have absolutely fallen in love with this one. I think I'm probably gonna need the full size. So we're gonna go ahead and dig into Vanilla Skin in today's video. So per usual, I'm gonna go ahead and read through the fragrance notes. I'm gonna tell you guys what my nose detects, talk a little bit about how the fragrance develops, talk about the overall projection, the lasting power, and then we'll round it out with whether I would purchase the full size or not. And spoiler on that, I will absolutely be purchasing the full size of that. If you're new around here, I do, whenever possible, if there is a travel size available of a fragrance that I'm interested in, I try very hard to pick up the travel size first. I have an extensive perfume collection, and in order to not have that get completely out of control, I have the policy of starting with a travel size of a fragrance first. It's much easier to get through one of these than it is a full size fragrance, obviously. And then if I still love it after I finish the travel size, I can always go back for the full size. So it's just a rule that I put into place for myself to control the growth of my already extensive perfume collection. Anyway, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and dig in. So the mini size that I have here retails for $29. The full size of this fragrance is a 1.7 ounce size, and that retails for $99. Now there is also a body spray. When this fragrance was first released from PHLUR, it did come in a body spray, and a lot of you guys were telling me to grab that at first, but I sort of figured that they would probably turn this into a perfume, and I definitely, for me, I prefer a eau de parfum over just a body spray. If I'm, you know, even gonna spend like $30 or $40 on a body spray, then I'm gonna need some decent lasting power, and typically body sprays don't do that. So I would rather put that, you know, $30 or $40 towards an eau de parfum or something like that. So anyway, so $99 price point for the full size, not terrible, but definitely spendy. So this is one where I think most people are gonna have to kind of definitely maybe try to smell this one in person before committing. But if you typically like a lot of the same fragrances that I do, I can tell you right now that I am so in love with this scent. This is absolutely beautiful. So let's go ahead and read through the fragrance notes here. So this is in the warm and spicy fragrance family. The keynotes here are sugar crystals, cashmere wood, and vanilla. I'm just going to read through the fragrance description because there's a little bit more in terms of fragrance notes mentioned in the actual description. So this description reads: familiar and delectable, hypnotic and decadent. Vanilla Skin, unlike any vanilla fragrance, evokes an iconic creaminess wrapped in a kaleidoscope of spice and intrigue. The dual nature of pink pepper and sugar settles down through rich cashmere before nestling into a core of addictive vanilla and cozy sandalwood. Vanilla Skin is a multi-dimensional take on an intoxicating, sensual gourmand. Yes, yes to all of that. Honestly, this is one of those really beautiful, again, warm, cozy, but almost borderline masculine type of vanilla fragrances. I absolutely adore this. And with my body chemistry, oh man, this one is just so good. I usually do very well with most vanillas that I come across, but this one I think exceptionally just smells beautiful on my skin. So I do like to start by talking about the actual atomizer, which I think is quite good with PHLUR. I don't have a lot of experiences with the brand itself yet. I just ordered Strawberry Letter, so I'll be able to review that for you here shortly. But from what I've seen so far in terms of the atomizer, just on the travel size, I like it a lot. I'm a big fan of that nice, wait for it, nice, beautiful mist that distributes beautifully on the skin so that you're not left with fragrance running down your arm. I absolutely hate that. Or when a fragrance just shoots out in like a stream, hate that. Anyway, ooh, you know what I think I like most about this one is it smells almost exactly like it does in the bottle, the way it smells on my skin. So there's not much of a transformation here with this one, and I kind of like that because sometimes a fragrance can really transform, sometimes for the better, sometimes if your body chemistry is a little bit off, maybe for the worse. But in the case of this one, it smells exactly like it does in the bottle on my skin. And oh, you guys, the very first thing that hits you is that very interesting combination of that pink pepper with those sugar crystals. It really does give you that just touch of spiciness from that pepper and that beautiful sweetness from those sugar crystals. They blend so perfectly in this fragrance, and it just wraps around the most beautiful, just straightforward gourmand vanilla. It's almost like I'm sticking my nose into, I just discovered last year vanilla bean paste. I used to always use vanilla bean extract when baking, but I was like, vanilla bean paste, what is this? Had no idea what it was. Listen, I'm kind of new to like baking and stuff, so you know, don't judge me too harshly on that. But when I started getting into vanilla bean paste, I started buying like really nice ones, and oh my gosh, it's like I just opened one of those bottles of vanilla bean paste and stuck my nose in there. It's pure vanilla, you guys, and it's creamy, it's warm, it's cozy, it's edible, it's comforting, it just smells familiar, and it just brings this sense of like just calming over me. I personally find vanilla very calming, and this just does such a good job of balancing that little bit of spice from that pink pepper with that those sugar crystals that are in here. Also at the base of this is this smooth, creamy, slightly masculine sandalwood note. So that's where this kind of leans a little bit more masculine to me, is that sandalwood definitely smells like it has a little bit of like a men's almost cologne-y, perfumey type of finish to it. But it's not too masculine, where I think if you typically gravitate towards like more feminine vanillas that you're not gonna like this one. I think you're still gonna like it, but it's gonna be a little bit different, and it's just going to be so beautiful. Oh, you guys, the dry down on this, it just continues to get warmer and richer smelling the longer it is on my skin. It's absolute perfection. There is not a darn thing that I would change about this fragrance. I wouldn't take out any of that pink pepper. I wouldn't even reduce the sweetness. It's not cloying at all. If you see the sugar crystals and you're like, absolutely not, I'm telling you, this is not overly sweet. It's not cloying. It's so well balanced. Oh, I just want to smell this all the time. I've heard a lot of people say that this fragrance smells very familiar. Like it smells like something or someone that you know, just something that you have experienced before. And it's interesting because I have that kind of same reaction to it, where it just feels like you almost have smelled this before, but I haven't. I haven't smelled a vanilla quite like this. If I were to compare it to some of the other vanillas in my collection, I think the Nest Vanilla Bourbon might be the closest to Vanilla Skin, but they are still two kind of different fragrances with the same beautiful vanilla base to them, but there are some differences between the two. But if you like Nest Vanilla Bourbon, you are gonna love this Vanilla Skin. I'm telling you, it is absolutely beautiful. Another great thing that I was happy to discover from this particular product, and I don't know if this is across the board when it comes to PHLUR fragrances, so if you have a little bit more experience, definitely chime in the comments down below. But I have found the overall lasting power of this to be pretty darn good. I would say that I can go at least 5-6 hours before it fades to the point where I feel like, I think I want to re-up my fragrance, right? If I can at least get to about 5 hours, I'm perfectly content with that. Anything less than 5 hours, I'm a little bit like, I don't know. I would like a little bit more wear time, but also know that sometimes we become nose blind to our own fragrances as well. I wear fragrance every single day, so I might be a little bit nose blind. If you are not quite aggressive in terms of applying fragrances, then, you know, like you might find that you can go 5 hours plus. But for me, right around that point, I kind of feel like I want to re-up. So, yeah, you guys, it's so good. As far as like the projection of this fragrance or like how it's perceived by others, I've not had any complaints about this. I don't think it's overly aggressive. I don't think it's a fragrance that like smacks other people in the face as you approach them. I do think it has a little bit of subtlety to it, but it is going to be noticeable, right? I wouldn't douse myself with this one, but I certainly do, you know, a spritz on each wrist, and I will typically spray just like in my general like chest area here as well. I'll do one kind of spritz across. And those 3 application points on me, I feel like give me the kind of perfect amount of this fragrance. Listen, I love it. I have 0 complaints, nothing I would change, and I would highly recommend it. If you have always been interested in this one, but you haven't taken the time to sniff it out yet, the next time that you're at the mall, if there's a Sephora, pop in. My Sephora has all of the PHLUR fragrances available, and I don't even have one of like the bigger Sephora stores. So no matter what size store you have in your area, you should be able to, at the very least, be able to smell this fragrance there. I'm telling you, it's delightful. And will I pick up the full size? Yes, absolutely, hands down. I'm gonna need the full size of this. I'm actually hoping that I don't like the strawberry letter as much as I like this one, because man, like I said, full size, they're pretty much $100 a pop. So not cheap, but oh my gosh, I think definitely worth investing in if you're a perfume girly. A fragrance like this probably wouldn't make sense to someone who doesn't collect fragrances or isn't really like in the perfume world. But for me, this is one where even though it shares some similarities with something that I already have in my collection, it's different enough to me to where I think this would be worth investing in. So anyway, you guys, that's what I have for you in this video. Let me know your thoughts on PHLUR Vanilla Skin in the comments down below. A lot of you recommended it to me, so thank you for the recommendation. If you have any other PHLUR recommendations, let me know. Like I said, strawberry letter should be here in a couple days, and I'll wear it and report back on that one as well. So again, fingers crossed I don't fall absolutely in love with it, because right now I'm doing really well at picking out fragrances that I want the full size of. So, all right, have a great rest of your day. If you are interested in my perimenopause update, that will be going up here a little bit later on in the day. So I'll see you for that video if you're interested. Otherwise, I'll check you out in the next one. Have a great day, and toodaloo.